Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Jersey, and today we are gonna be building a Cul De Sac. Alright, so the idea of the Cul De Sac, I wanted to do something different that I have not done yet on the island, right? And I wanted to have kind of like a round road that we go around, right? So a Cul De Sac, and a structure in the middle. I didn't know what kind of structure I wanted in the middle, but I knew I wanted to go around. And then when you go around, we're gonna have something that leads towards the back, towards the right and the left, and we're gonna have different direction that cul-de-sac is gonna lead us into. So we're coming off the bridge, the road keeps going, there's Franklin's home right there, and we're gonna hit the cul-de-sac, and the cul-de-sac is gonna go around. So that idea it was gonna start changing a little bit of my design, what I had originally planned over here. And the cul-de-sac idea came about because, you know, like always, I'm always looking at real life pictures, and I saw this cul-de-sac in this coastal town, and it looked really cool, and it was leading into like different little docking areas, like different sections, but instead of taking that idea and leading toward docks, I wanted to lead to different areas of the island. So instead of just my road having a 90-degree turn, I wanted to see if I could create something a little more visually pleasing and create this cul-de-sac so it would work around this area. Since it was just gonna be more of a kind of like getting to a point to just be a lookout point, because we're getting to the edge of the river. So I was like, okay, so let's make that happen. So it was a little tricky because I had to count a lot, and this one is gonna be a little more to follow, because even me explaining it and trying to get the circle right, and depending on the width of your roads, is gonna be. It took me a moment. I had to like you see right here. I had to cut a couple things down. Restructure the sidewalks, and then what that make happen is that I needed them to move Franklin's home a little more again towards the front. But then when I moved the house towards the front, it was gonna change my walking area right in front of that. So what ended up happening, I needed them to turn Franklin's home facing the other way. It's gonna be facing towards, there's gonna be the motorbike rental, right? And yeah, and in this build, we're just gonna be moving and restructuring. There's gonna be a lot of counting, and then we're gonna create this little garden areas with palm trees, bananas, all the little plants that we've been using around this build. And it was fun to build, but it was a lot of counting and a lot of making sure that the distance are correct, so that everything was falling into place. That way when you go around, you got the same measurements all around, and then figuring out how big the middle I want it to be, and then how everything was gonna be. But everything turned out great at the end. But it was a nice challenge, you know. And this video is just gonna be a build video specifically just on the cul-de-sac, and then we'll talk about, as the cul-de-sac is being built, where are we gonna be leading into, and where are the different places of the cul-de-sac, the different exit point is gonna lead to. And we have a couple ideas that I think they're gonna work out really great. One that I'm very excited about, because it's not something that I've done yet in any of my build video. I seen it being done and in many other creators channels and stuff like that. I'm gonna make a very small version of it, but we're gonna wait till we get to that point so we can talk about that. And of course, you're gonna see my character a lot of time stopping like right there, because I'm trying to count in my head, trying to decide, do I got the right thing? I'm looking at pictures. It's a lot of thinking on this one, and making sure like what I have on the other side matches the other side, because the good thing of the cul-de-sac, once you get the measurements right, especially on one side, then once you get that side done, you duplicate it on the other side. Then once you get the other top side done, you're gonna put it and have it done on the other side. It's just getting the initial part correct, and once you get that, it's not gonna be too complicated. Since my roads right now are being 4 wide, the cul-de-sac came a little bigger than I wanted it, but I wanted the road that's leading off the bridge to be 4. Now if you're making your road, let's say 3 wide, I think it would look a little bit more better. I feel like 4 wide for the cul-de-sac was a little more round, and I might change that in the future. I don't know how, if I change it or not. I may add something else to it. It's gonna be a lot of playing around with it, but if I think 3 will be kind of the minimum. I think if you go 2, it'd be kind of tiny, so we'll see. But right here we got Franklin, and he's inspecting the area. He's giving me instructions of what he wants to see in the future. And right here he was telling me he wants some type of volleyball area. He was like, okay, I want you on this side, I want you to build me a volleyball court. And I was like, Franklin, you serious? And he's like, yeah. And so I was like, okay, I mean, you're the boss, right? This is your area, and this is attaching. I guess he wants to relax at some points, but he's you know, I can see why people say that he's demanding. He's coming, he's checking, and this is not the first time he'll appear. He comes check my work a lot, because he wants to make sure things are to his standards and what he wants. So yeah, so he started giving quite a few ideas. So we'll see what he comes up with the next time we see him. So okay, so we're continuing. So we're still building the cul-de-sac. I'm making sure that I have the 4 width and on each direction. And the way that I figure out that once I have the 4 is right here, right? Not on the corner pieces, but making sure that you see the 1, 2, 3, 4 cement tiles, right? So then I know the road has to be 4 wide. So I'm over here, I'm overtaking a little bit of the river. I do try not to take much of the river, the much as I can. It's my own challenge, it's my own design. I love the rivers on Dinkum already created, because it's hard to create your own rivers at the moment. And so I do try not to overtake the rivers, but at the moment it's one of those things that to make this cul-de-sac, since my roads are 4 wide, it came out bigger than I expected. And my vision right now was that this end part, I wanted to have a little lookout point that looks towards the ocean, right? Like we're standing up here, you can see the vast ocean. And so that's why I needed to like extend it just a little bit more. We have the road, we're gonna have a sidewalk, and just a little lookout point area that we're gonna stand and all that. So it's gonna be a lot of filling up this area. So if you guys haven't built a dirt printer, if you only got 1, try to have 3. And even with 3, it's going to, when you're filling up a lot of dirt, they just go very quickly. And we gotta be very careful not to break them. Remember that we gotta make sure, keep an eye on the battery. I did broke one building this, because you get concentrated and you lose track because you're so focused on building, and I broke one. And so now I do have enough material to make another one. I was gonna save those materials to make another compactor, because I already had 3 dirt printers. I wanted to have 3, but I broke one, so I'm gonna have the dirt printer. I feel that dirt printers are more important right now. And I already had so much built that it wasn't worth restarting the day. So tip, and I know we as creators and you guys as viewers, we are always watching other people, and we always try to remind them to keep an eye on your battery. And I know it's hard because we forget, and I think there it is, it broke. It's one of those things, you get so involved, in building, that you forget, and I think we're all hoping maybe in the future, maybe James is listening and want us to, maybe he has compassion, and maybe when the battery dies, it just dies and doesn't break the printer. I understand. I think KD Gentleman makes an excellent point. these tools are kind of OP, right? And part of the challenge and part, I think it does create that survival aspect, and a little challenging is to be aware, you know, if it breaks, it breaks, you know. Yeah, and we don't want them to break. We wish they just don't break, they just die, and then we work on it again. But I think that's part of the game, and I completely understand that. It's not like upset if that feature never comes. It's okay, because it's a challenge, right? And we're trying to become master builders, master designers, you know, just like in the movie Lego. Is we're becoming to that level, right? And as Dinkum's becoming more of a designing style of a game, we're getting new features, new updates in the future, and it's fine. If the tools break, I'm completely fine. It's not something that's gonna hurt my feelings. It's just, yes, is when we get involved and we're designing, is something that we don't wanna, we wish it won't happen, but as a challenge, as when you get to that level of Dinkum, in a way it's good. I think we're always gonna keep improving, and it's gonna happen, but we're always collecting materials, we're always having backups and building more in the future, so it's not the end if that ends up happening. Okay, so we got the Cul De Sac, right? It's finally looking more completed. I still don't have the middle just quite done, since I broke my 3D printer. I had to put this to charge, but before I went over there to put things to charge, I was looking a little bit more of what I need to do to change the Franklin's home, because the sidewalk is kind of now in the way in that corner. So what I decided is I'm gonna move it forward, but then I'm gonna change the house, and it's gonna face where I'm standing right now. It's gonna face that direction. So basically, it's take the stairs, and we're gonna put stairs on the side. So when you come up off from the bottom, it's gonna cutting into the sidewalk now, and then we're gonna design this area a little bit better. That's gonna be more in future videos, how we're gonna work on Franklin's with the motorbike rental and leading towards the Cul De Sac. But most of this video is gonna be concentrating on the Cul De Sac, building the Cul De Sac, building the decorated areas, and where all the Cul De Sac is leading to different sections. But right now, it's one of those things that I was concentrating on and making sure that I can have what I need to do. There we place Franklin's home so he can move the next time we sleep, so then we can go and do the whole moving project again. So and that's part of what we're doing when we do projects like this, you know. Things always comes up. I really thought Franklin was done. I already got the place. I didn't think I was gonna have to move this home once again, but here we are. We're moving it. We're moving it 1/4, even though I already did it and I thought I had it the perfect spot. But as we work in our islands and we work in our areas, we are always going to be adjusting. And I know I mentioned it before many times. Oh, okay, here we go. Franklin's walking, he's explaining. Oh, okay, so right here he's basically telling me he wants palm trees, he wants banana, he wants something spectacular to look at. And I was like, okay, I'll do my best, Franklin. I'm just hoping he loves everything that he sees. Okay, so right here I did change some of the stairs. It was too much gray. I think I do like the cement with the palm steps, so I just did a little change there. I was not even gonna leave that in the video, but I went ahead and left it, since that way you guys can see it if you've been following the layout of the town. So that way you guys know I did that little change, because I haven't walked on some of the areas that I've been changing. Okay, so here we go. Franklin's outside. He's inspecting. He's always inspecting. Sometimes I don't get it. He's telling me what he wants, but then he keeps telling me all the stuff that he wants. It's a back and forth with this guy. I am trying very hard to make him something that he's proud of on this area, you know, because I want people to like Franklin. I want him to feel that he's super appreciated. Without him, we don't have these amazing tools. But he's picky, I'm telling you. Okay, so we fill the middle area. I still don't know exactly what I wanted to do here. There's ideas, there's basic. You can go really basic, very simple. But that part, that middle, we're gonna leave it kind of more to the last part of the decorating. So now I'm building on this corner. I want this corner to be filled, and whatever we do on this corner, I knew I was gonna duplicate it on the left, on the bottom, and on the bottom, right? So it's whatever design we come up right here, we're gonna duplicate it on all 4 corners. and this, when you as a viewer, you're gonna be creative. You don't have to duplicate exactly what I did here. You just put whatever trees and flowers or palm trees that you would like to have here, or maybe you do a seating area, maybe you put fountains here. All I did, I wanted to keep it kind of a little bit more, I was gonna say basic, but I don't know if it's basic, but a little more simple, just a little, because I want, in a way, if you are driving, if you're walking, I don't want that corner just to be so full that you can't see the ocean behind it. I want to be able to see the ocean behind it, but I want to also have palm trees. I want to have a little bit like of foliage in there. So I was being a little more picky, like always. I'm always picky. I'm always trying to see what's the best and trying to imagine ahead of time. So I started like palm trees on the sides. That way they don't block the view on the middle. And then we're gonna do bush, we're gonna do ferns, we're gonna do flowers, and then I think it was bush again, and then we're gonna close it off, and then we're gonna put a fence, and then I play it out with the fence because I don't want the fence to be too high or to this, because I want the corner when you're walking or standing, you can see the ocean going that way. And like I said, this section right here, right? You have now the Cul De Sac. You've been following along the video. You slowed it down. You got the measurements right. If you're making your rows 3 wide, 2 wide, 4 wide, 5 wide, it doesn't matter. At least you understand the aspect of the layout, right? You know how to now build the Cul De Sac. You got it. So now, and this Cul De Sac, you could have it on your town leading to other sections. It doesn't even have to be where I have it on a cliff. It could be anywhere in your island. It could be a dead end Cul De Sac. It's just a dead end. And right here, instead of leading into roads or leading to a view, it could be leading to 3 different buildings. You know, one on the north, one on the left, one on the right, and it's just leading to 3 buildings. You know, it doesn't matter. But if you're following along and you're trying to duplicate something similar to this, then on the corners right here, you can be creative and decorate it whichever way you want. Make a garden, make a seating area, make a fishing spot. You can do whatever. You can raise it up and make these areas feel higher. And actually, now that I think about that, man, that's actually a cool idea. You could, you know, I know I'm gonna have future cul-de-sacs in maybe in this town, maybe in the forest town in the future. I'm always gonna be doing layouts, right? I love making city layouts, town layouts. That's one of the things I love about Dinkum is I like that aspect, you know, building layouts, making roads, making bridges, making overpasses and roads leading this way and bridges leading to other areas. I like building town layouts and filling up the town and the layout and make it feel more lived in, but in the sense of like it's just a city or a town. I like building that, and that's where my mind's always leading, and that's why all my research goes to is how towns are being built, where are the layouts, how can I make something feel realistic in the sense of a city aspect or town aspect, small town, big town. But now that I was thinking and talking about that, you know, you could make like all the same layers that I have, right? If you follow along, but you raise one higher, and the bush are 1 tier higher, the banana trees are 1 tier higher, and then the flower, like you could have like an aspect of a layer, and then when you're walking around the cul-de-sac, you feel like you were inside this. You know, that's actually very cool. That could work really well in my forest town. You see, I'm always thinking and I'm always excited, and then I kind of want to build that, and I'm in the coastal town still. I do have idea for the forest town, and it's no secret. I spoke about it. We know eventually after the coastal town's built, we're gonna move to all the way to the south part of the island. We're gonna go to the forest, and I have ideas. I have ideas. I already found pictures. I've saved pictures, and I can't wait to make those layouts. But right now, we're still in the coastal town, so let's regroup. Let me refocus on this voiceover right here, because we gotta talk. We gotta talk about what we're doing. So basically, I got that corner done, right? That corner's completely done. We have it finished. So now I gotta expand that corner. We're gonna move it to the other corner. Some ideas came. I wanted to refix to make sure the sidewalk was going right here. I planted the palm tree that I knew I kind of wanted in that area. I'm kind of visualizing to make sure if I needed to do anything else on Franklin before I commit to the corner. I basically wanted to make sure if I needed to move Franklin's home one more time or not. So I'm kind of working a little bit, just imagining, okay, if I put this here, does it feel good? Do I need to do something else? Does Franklin's home, instead of being on this spot, do I need to put it where I'm kind of envisioning the motorbike rental to be, and then the motorbike rental to where Franklin's home? But after kind of checking it out, I feel confident that the house, it can stay where it's at. I don't have to move it. So now that I'm confident about that, we're gonna keep it like that. So now all I have to do is keep working, finishing this here. That way I can start doing it on all the other corners. And that's the layout. So I added a couple garden lamps as well. That way at night it looks really nice. And here is where I was extending the little lookout point where you can stand. I know I'm taking a little more of the river, but it was just a little bit of a piece. And then I think I'm gonna work on the other side and expand probably the river on that side. That way the river can look a little wider. And then I was working, imagining, okay, do I want a fence right here? So I tried the hedges. Then I went back to the palm wood fence. I've been playing around. I decided to then to do a double fence. But once we did the double fence, at first I thought about the iron because to make it look a little more elegant, but it didn't feel right. It just doesn't feel right in the coastal town. So then I was working on this here. But once I did this, and the more I looked at it, I felt like I was blocking the view of the ocean, depending how you were looking at it when you were walking. So what's gonna end up happening is we are going to lower the hedges again, kind of the same trick that we did at the beginning of the coastal town. You know, the hedges are one tier lower than the palm wood fence. That way we have the hedges, it gives you that little greenery, but this time the greenery is in the back, and then and what you see first is the palm wood fences. But then it doesn't block the view for me of the ocean, of that corner of the ocean that you see through it. So once I realized that's what I wanted to do, I went ahead and did it. Also, we're gonna go ahead and put cement. I've been liking cement on the coastal town a lot, especially on the walls, because I feel like it's like a structure, like it's holding the island together, like holding the dirt and all that. So okay, so back here, so why am I building the stairs? Why are stairs coming down like this? And Jerry said, why are you not putting any rails? Normally you like to put rails on stairs, you know, that way, like a safety feature. Well, particularly on this particular build, I was looking more pictures like always, right? And I was looking, I think it was more like European towns, and at the edge of cities, you know, leading to rivers, leading to the ocean, sometimes they do these stairways that just come down, but it's not like safe. It's just stairs, just come down, and they're usually very narrow. And I almost thought about making it just one, but since I wanted the lookout point, it still came out being two. But if you can make it one, or just the one stair, they actually look cool. But if I wasn't making this lookout point that I wanted, I would have made it with just one. But basically the idea is there's just a fence before you get to the stairs. Like, that's the safety part. You open the gate and then you're on your own risk. We're gonna go down the stair, and it's gonna be just a little cement boat dock, but very tiny. It's just small. It's just another area where if you got boats, sailboats, jet skis, you can park it right there and you can get it on this island from this side. But everything is high up, right? So it's not ground level. You have to come up the stairs, open the gate, and then you can get from this island from this back end. And by looking at that picture, it inspired me to do that. Originally, that wasn't the plan. I was not gonna make another boat dock back here. That was never on the plan. But I saw that picture and I thought, man, that's so cool. I want to say that the picture was maybe from the UK. I feel like it was UK. I don't know, but it it was so cool, and these walls were very high, this stair was going down, and there was just this little cement boat dock, and I was like, you know what, I like that idea. I kind of want to duplicate that here. I think it will fit very well at the very end, and it gives you another entry point. And the good thing is we are still going to expand, so it's, even though it ends right there, the boat dock will still be small, but I'm going to expand going that way because Franklin wants a little recreation area. So we're going to try to recreate a little volleyball court, a little sand, something among those lines, because he wants, I don't know if he's going to use it. Do you think Franklin's going to play volleyball? I don't know why he wants it, but he wants it, so we'll make it happen. Hopefully maybe he'll get less stressed out. Maybe that's why he just needs a relief, you know. He just wants to take his frustration out and play some volleyball, so we'll make it happen for him. So and that's part of the idea. So we're gonna build something over there on that side, a little more recreational, something different. I've not done anything like that in my first town or in this town, so we're gonna dive into that and see what we come up with. So over here, I was trying to make, at first I was like, I want to make this wide, like in a wide viewpoint, but then I realized it wasn't matching the cul-de-sac. I went too wide. So I needed to kind of shrink it out. I'm like, okay, wait a minute, it's not falling center to the cul-de-sac. So that was a mistake. I was just excited. I was building, you know, you get in that building mode, and then you're like, okay, yeah, I want to stand here, maybe I can put some benches. Then I realized, oh, it's not centered towards the cul-de-sac, it's a little too wide. So we cut it. We're making the same thing. We're gonna make another little stairway, just coming down. We're gonna have a little cement boat dock on this end. It's gonna finish. At first, I kind of wanted to make a little different and maybe go into the river, like go into the side. But then I realized as I was building the other area on the top with the palm trees and all the bushes, I realized that I would not be able to make it happen the way that I want to. So I just gonna go ahead and we're gonna make it exactly at the other side, but all that will come as we're fixing the area. But everything is looking good. Everything, you know, like always, we back out, we check it, we're looking at that corner, and here's when I'm realizing that I don't like the green. It's just I don't see the ocean. I don't see it. I know it's a minor thing, but I kind of want it from the fence for us to be able to view it. And here I'm most likely I was thinking a lot of things in that moment. What do I truly wanted to do? How did I wanted to approach the situation? And probably looking at everything. So we're back at it. So now I need to start deciding and picturing. So I'm picturing a couple of things. I know eventually there's gonna be a bridge that's gonna go from that section there. It's gonna connect to the other part of the island. Here we're cleaning to get ready. I wasn't sure which route I was gonna approach. Right here, this part is funny because I was here with, I was getting Nestor's opinion on a couple of things, and she loves the turkey. I was kind of scaring her that I was gonna get the turkeys with a chainsaw, and she's like, no, leave them. And so we left them, but I kind of chased them just for fun and all that. But here we are. So we are. There was a lot going on there because in those moments I was with Nestor. Like I said, we were talking about my vision. Did it sound good? What do you think of the idea? That was the first time she saw the cul-de-sac because she wasn't here when I first initially started, and then she came. She was in the office. We were able to show her what I'm trying to accomplish, and she loved the idea. She likes the looks of the cul-de-sac. So I was like, okay, that's always a good that's always a good start when she likes what I'm trying to do, and I was very happy about that. It gave me the confidence that I needed to continue, because you never know, right? I could be making something and she has spot or make comments of things that they're not visually correct or visually pleasing, and I love her input when it comes to all those things. So I love to run things by her. I think it's always important, especially if you have someone that you trust that understands your vision. It's always good, and have that second set of eyes before you go too deep. So, and she liked exactly what I did on that corner, so I was very happy. She liked the arrangement, so I'm like, okay, so I got all the information that I need. I feel very confident on what we're making here today. So okay, so I decided we're gonna make on this side, especially this side, because I wanted to make sure if I could do the dock that I wanted down there. I was thinking at first I was gonna not make it identical to the other side. I was gonna make it just a little bit less deep, and that way we can have more river. But at the end, I went ahead and made it identical to the one that we have on the right. And once I did that, the whole thing started coming together a lot nicer. You're gonna see my character going back and forth because you're duplicating one side on the other. I don't have this, I didn't have it written down on my notebook because that arrangement came on the spot. I was just picturing and playing with it, so I don't have it written down, so I can just kind of follow what I have written down in a pattern. So we're gonna go back and forth. So you're gonna see my character going back and forth, just making sure that I have things in the proper place. But once we did that, everything's starting to come in more together. Everything is flowing. The cul-de-sac is becoming more alive, more together. It's looking more official with each dirt that we're putting, with each tree, with each bush, and it's just flowing very well, and I'm hoping that you guys are liking this idea, because I think this cul-de-sac idea, this build, you guys are gonna be able to use it for so many builds, for any area in your islands, and in real towns, real city is something that they use a lot, and I feel like I'm gonna use it, not just on every spot, but a specific area on an island that you want to split in multiple ways. A cul-de-sac is such a great way. Instead of just having a cross, and a cross is not bad, you can have a cross street too, because that also bring another aspect of a build. But you can have normal streets that just go 90 degrees. You can have a cross road as well, and that gives you another style of design and all that. And then you can now have a cul-de-sac. And I think if we incorporate all this different design, all these different aspects of city building, I think it's gonna give a better layout, a better flow, and more to the islands to look at, a different type of flow, a different type of direction, and a different type of creativity that we're gonna be building as we build our towns. And the good thing that I've been seeing on the comments below in all the video is how a lot of you guys are either restarting, a lot of you guys are redesigning your towns, you guys are taking inspiration and improving your towns, and it's so good to hear, because that's the whole point, right? Even myself, as I'm building the coastal town, I'm getting better ideas as I'm going to live streams and other videos and seeing pictures from all of you guys of your creations when we go to the Discord and all that. It's amazing the inspiration that you get and what you want to do to improve it, because I'm making this design, I'm making this arrangement with the palm trees and all that, and then I'm gonna see another picture, I'm gonna see somebody doing something in live stream or in another video, and I'm gonna like, wow, that rearrangement is awesome, and I love that. And one person that's amazing that I've been learning a lot about flower design, the structure, garden design and all that is SpecBytes. I'm gonna put her YouTube channel in the description below, because she has a couple first video, and the way she speaks about designing when it comes to arranging and having the space in between the flowers and alternating and using flower boxes, and how she approaches that, it did open my eyes to be a little more creative like I'm doing today. So I do want to give her a shout out and credit, because I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the strongest person when it comes to garden design aspect, when it comes to like rearrangement of palm trees and this. I'm trying to improve, and that's another area that I want to improve in Dinkum, in designing and all that, because I love layouts, right? I want to make bridges, I want to make a city layout, I want to have back streets and all of that, and that's one thing that I love doing in Dinkum. I want to have viewpoints, and when you stand here you can see these, but when you look down you see something else. Like I like thinking about all of that, but I'm not great thinking about how can I make this corner look pretty and very garden and very oh, look at the pattern, like, but you know, I've been following Specs lately. I've been watching her videos, listening to the way she's been speaking, especially when she's speaking about the arrangement on when it comes to flowers and garden. And it did help me a lot to approach my builds now in a different way. So her channel is gonna be put in my description below, the description of the video and all that. We're gonna see her channel there. So go over there, check her out, subscribe to her, because and she's making more Dinkum content too. So it's another creator that's joining the family. And I mean, and a lot of you guys, I know you guys know her. I mean, she's a big she's the Nestor to Rips, you know. She helps Rips a lot, just like Nestor helps me a lot, and she's amazing. So okay, all right, so here's Franklin again. He gave me, like, he told me what he wanted, and I was like, I started laughing because I thought he was joking, but he was real. And I was like, oh my goodness, Franklin, what are you trying to do to me? I'm trying to, you know. And he's saying that I'm working too slow. Franklin, we just gotta keep working. You know, I can't slow down. I can't take a break with him watching over us. So okay, so basically what Franklin said, he said, hey, all I want for you is, when it comes to this side, I want a bridge, and I want a double bridge, and I don't want it to go all the way across. I want it to land in the middle and then continue. And I was like, okay. And I was like, and then he said, because I don't want more stuff in my area. I already told you what I want. And I was like, okay, I got it. No big deal. We'll get it done. And you know, he also agreed that he actually likes this dock area because he feels like he can get more of his items that he needs, his supplies, to the back door. I don't know what he means by that, but you know, he was excited to get things from the back. So I'm like, okay. So I don't know what kind of achievements you're getting, but we'll see. But okay, so here we are. So I'm trying to decide which area we're gonna work on next. So we're gonna pretty soon start and just expanding the Cul De Sac, trying to realize how do I want to approach the next section. And I gotta think the other way, and it's always tricky when you're imitating. But now what's on the top is on the bottom, but you kind of have to kind of flip it, and you're gonna see my camera turning quite a bit because I had to start thinking in a whole different way. And this corner threw me on a loop, because I thought I was doing it correct, but then I think I was not doing it correctly, and my camera here is gonna be going around in circles, trying to put it in such an angle that I can kind of follow myself along with the idea. But we were able to do it. We were able to manage. We were able to do this corner as well, just right. But also in this corner, we're also gonna expand, because right here, you know, this is gonna expand. So I want to have a lookout point. We're gonna have kind of like a little volleyball court on the top. Oh, Franklin again. Okay. All right, I got it. He didn't want me to stand. You see that? I stand for like a couple seconds. I just was standing there, taking a break, and he comes and he's like, hey, get to work. You know, he wants this area to be done. I don't know what's this area, but okay. So Franklin's watching. We gotta continue working. I can't slow down, so we're gonna continue. So the idea is we're gonna have like another pathway. We're gonna have a lookout point, because in that lookout point, part of the water behind where we worked in previous video, there's gonna be more water coming in as well. I have an idea how I want that to be done. Okay, he's looking again. Get back to work. We're good. Don't worry. Okay, he's gone. All right, so we continue talking. Okay, so the idea is we're gonna do something here as well. So I'm kind of designing a sidewalk, because now I kind of want to break it up a little bit. I just don't want just the road. I want to have a little more to it. So we're gonna design like a little pathway. We're gonna do a little bridge, and that lookout point is, in a way, we're gonna be able to look at. It kind of fenced in the volleyball. You'll be able to look at the volleyball court from one side, but then the other side we're gonna have a bridge that leads all the way to the bottom tier, where we're gonna have like kind of like a beach entry, and there's gonna be some water and something. And I have the idea in my head. It's hard to explain it. I know sometimes when I go like this and I'm explaining to you guys what's coming in the future, it might be a little hard even for you guys to follow what I'm trying to explain, but that's the idea. Okay, Franklin's looking again, he's inspecting. I'm pretty sure he's approving of the build. See, you see him over there, he's looking. I think he likes it. I think he likes it. He hasn't told me anything otherwise, so I'm gonna take that as a vote of confidence. He's happy, he's inspecting everything. You know, this area is, I think he's enjoying it. Okay, so we're doing the banana trees. I'm following along. I noticed that I did 4. I believe I do fix that at some point. I'm just trying to build something here, the same thing that we had over there, but at the same time we're doing a little kind of like a lookout point view, like I said, like I wanted to do for the future. So, and then like I said, the Cul De Sac will enter there. We're gonna have a little volleyball court, we're gonna have a little fence, we're gonna have some seating area, then we're gonna plant some shading spots and stuff like that. It's gonna be a working around area, but that's gonna be in other video. I just gotta get the layout just right, just to make sure, because I wasn't gonna expand this section kind of like I did on the top. I'm not gonna do the other 2 rows that I need to do. I just want to make sure that I have enough space to build what I want to do in the future. So we kind of gonna present the walkway that I kind of want, just to make sure, and I also wanted to see how long it was gonna be and how much space did I have. And once we did that, I felt confident that I was able to fit my idea, because that idea I do have it on my notebook. So I just needed to make sure that I have the right amount of length that I needed to, and it came so close to the edge of the beach, but that was perfect, because I didn't want to keep cutting into the water. Okay, he's giving me more instructions here. Okay. Oh no, he actually gave me a pep talk. Nice. Okay, he actually is motivating me. Okay, so he's like, hey, don't forget to build the structure on the middle of the Cul De Sac. I'm like, okay, let's do that now. So here we are. So this structure, what we're building here in the middle, I went online, I put Cul De Sacs, I look at a lot of pictures. A lot of them are very simple. It's a statue. Sometimes people put fountains. They do some garden design. It may be just a tree right in the middle. So this is my first attempt to try to do something here, structure-wise, in the middle, that will look good, that has a little bit of design. I went different routes. I went just with the structure like this. I went with also having a seating area. Nestor came in at the very end. We decided on what type of benches we wanted, what bench looked better. We went back and forth. So this section of the video, you're gonna see, especially at one point, it's gonna be changing benches, changing this, raising the fountain, lowering back again. We're gonna go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, in trying to get something solid. And also, once again, this middle part of the Cul De Sac, this structure, you guys can do whatever you envision, whatever you design. I almost wanted to do my clock tower, but since I already clock tower designed for the middle, I got it for the city plaza. I didn't want to duplicate that just yet. I know I kind of want to put it somewhere else in the island too, but I didn't want to do it just here. But I thought about it to actually add it here, but I needed a little bit more space because it's 4 clocks. I decided maybe I can go 2 clocks or something like that. But I decided to go with the fountains. A lot of Cul De Sacs have a fountain or a tree or some type of garden, so I went with the route with the garden. Okay, so and this, you guys gotta give me feedback 100%. I'm gonna be very open and give me criticism, because at the very end I'm not too 100% happy with what I built. I guess I find it too, I don't know, I truly don't know how do I feel at the end of this build. Nestor likes it. She really likes it. She thinks it looks good. I don't know if I'm just overthinking it too much on my end, and it's not, and you know, and especially at night, I did work with a lot of lighting. Like, I like this aspect of putting the lights like that, but then at night it was so bright again. So, and then you're gonna see, I'm gonna move all these lights all over the place, in different areas, and trying to get a feel to it. You know, it was a little, I don't know, like I just went back and forth. So as you guys are watching the video, if all of you guys are always comment on the videos, I'm gonna be looking at your feedback. If you're new to the channel, and go ahead and comment also, you know, because all these videos are for you guys, you know, for the new members, for people that are already here, and you know, we're building this island together. There's a lot of feedback, there's a lot of changes already being made, there's a lot of checkups that we have done, like the palm boom fence, the bridges, the steps, a lot of that. You know, when I was doubting myself, you guys have, you know, I listened to you guys, I listened to Nestor, and then we make the decision when that time comes. So when you guys get to this point of the video, just be honest. Just be honest if you like what you see, if maybe we need to add something else. I'm so pumped for the next update that's coming to Dinkum because of the flower. We're gonna have more variation. The white flowers, I wish I had those right now, because I think white would look so good on the coastal town. Like it would look so good right now. Purple, green, white. I think that would look great. I am gonna go back into some of the areas of the coastal town and add a little bit more color. And I think right now, of course, I don't think I'm gonna go with red. I think purple and yellow is a really good combination, and I think I'm gonna go with that route. And I might add some yellow flowers throughout some of the areas of the builds, just to add a little more color. Because right now, the whole goal of the coastal town since day one has been to use all the tropical climate, plants, and everything, right? Because I want this to feel very different compared with the first town that we were building. And I think we're accomplishing that, you know. And the whole time that I'm here, and when I have to go to the other town to talk to Flesh and do other stuff, the vibe, the difference of feel is very different. When I come over here, it really feels like we're in a whole different area. And when I go back to the other over there, you see the normal trees, you see the bushes, the red, and I was like, man, it's an amazing feeling how the two areas feel so much apart, and I definitely want to keep that. So I don't want to add trees here. I've been thinking of doing maybe the tree that grows on the mud, maybe that, but that is like you plant the mud and then you're hoping it grows at some point. So I may be trying that in different spots. I just gotta get that right inspiration for the right spot to make that happen and to see how that looks. But for sure still it's gonna be all palm trees, all the tropical things. But maybe we'll start adding some maybe yellow flower just to add a little splash of color here and there somewhere. But yeah, okay. But the structure in the middle, the Cul De Sac, right? When you look at it right now, it looks dark, and I kind of don't like that. So we're gonna be working around back and forth with some of the lights. And at the end, you know, I called the video. I decided it looks good for now. I'm gonna wait for feedback. I'm gonna wait for all of your guys' opinion. Everybody that's gonna comment it, we're gonna look at it. I'm gonna take you know, 1 or 2 days to really give my mind a break on this particular build, come back to it, walk around it, and see how it feels and what I need. And once we get to that point, we'll start deciding between your feedback, between the different people's opinion, what's gonna be the approach. And if you guys love it, great. And if there's to be changes, great. And I'll listen to the changes. If they're good, they inspire me, I agree with them, we're gonna go ahead and do it. But right now, it's all of this. It's all gonna be about trying to find the right type of lighting, the right type of mood that I want to create. I don't want it to be dark. I do love the garden lamps. I like that feel and all that. So I know one thing that I know I did after I finished recording and I did editing, you know, I was doing a little bit of gameplay on the side, and I made more garden lamps, and I put garden lamps around the actual Cul De Sac structure in those particular pillars, and I think that did create a little bit of better mood to it. And it's like I always say, you know, right now I feel like it's too bright, right? Like it's like, man, this is bright, but at the same time it's not bad. I'm not 100% sold maybe on what type of mood I want for this area. I really want this lamp. And here I was doing a little first test run, but I didn't have enough garden lamps to do all the way around, so I couldn't finish it the way I wanted to finish it. So and that's why then I took them off, and I just went back and forth. I tried different lamp posts, I tried different mood lights. I wanted to see what it was, a soft light, cool light, and like you're seeing, and I left all of this for you guys so you can see that sometimes the hardest things on build is actually the lighting at night. You know, it's like what type of mood you want, what kind of temperature are you looking at, and once we do that and once you get that right and you find that balance that you're looking for, then it becomes great. This layout right there pretty much kind of looks like at the end of the layout. Like if I log into my game right now, it's very similar to this particular ending right there, but we'll show that on the next video. I'll wait till it gets night, we'll look at it to see how it feels. But I left all of this for you guys to look at it, think about it, give me your feedback, give me your opinions, let me know what you guys are thinking, and then we'll go from there. Here's Franklin, he's checking it out. He walked away kind of quickly, I don't know. He may like it, may not like it. He's looking at it again. Franklin, what do you think? Yeah? I think he's okay with it. I don't think he's like, this is not the best thing you've done, Joseph, but you know, we'll take it for now. I know if it needs to be fixed, will you fix it? I think that's his thinking, and it's completely true. You know, I think this is, builds are always evolving, improving. If we get better items in the future, that's something that we can always go back and do version 2, version 3, updated versions of builds that we already done. You tweak it, you fix it. But see right here in the garden lamp, I like that feel, and I think that's what I did at the very end. When I was on my Steam Deck, just on the couch, just relaxing a little bit, gathering material, just not doing gameplay or build. It was just doing a run. But I went and built more garden lamps that I needed, and I went ahead and I added them to the middle, and I think that did a little bit of the trick that I was looking for. I was very happy. So this light post right here, it made the temperature that I wanted, but I didn't want the post to be high. I just didn't like that they were just standing there and high, and there was something about it. I wanted to be more open, the view. I want the view to be open. I didn't want this poles just to be standing, and that was more in my part. Like I was being more picky about that, about what I wanted, if I wanted the poles or not. But the vision that I always had was to be open. That way when you're standing and you're walking, or you're going around in your motorbike or a car or anything, it looks more open. Okay, so this is an idea that I had. I run it by Nestor. There were a couple things that she liked about it, other parts didn't. So we're not 100% sure if we want to do it. We definitely don't want to do it when you're coming from the bridge. I think it does obstruct the view of the Cul De Sac, so I know I don't want it right there. I think we may want it where it's leading towards the volleyball court. We may add it to there, and we may add it maybe going to the left. We don't know if we wanted to add it to the back, but that we're gonna be playing with that. But if you guys saw something you guys like, go ahead and add it also into the comment. You know, just give me a list. Give me a list of feedback, and let me read it, and let that feedback inspire us and help us. And I want to see your point of view, you know, because that's part of it, all this. Okay, so here we go back and forth. Poor Nestor, I had her sitting here with me for a while, and we were going back and forth between these two benches. Which one looked better, normal palm wood or the iron bench? The iron bench gave it a little more, you know, you see a little more of the iron. You got the palm wood, it gave a little thing. I was kind of liking a little bit more of just the plain palm wood at first. It was going back and forth, and we kept going back and forth in decision. There were pros and cons between one another. One looked a little brighter, so it was kind of nice in a way, but there was something, and the design of the back of the palm wood, like that's the design of the bench. I really like it, and so we were just going back and forth. Which one looks better? Which one felt better? And we just went in circles, literally, like we just did right there, going in circle. And then at the end decision, I'm gonna go with Nestor's what she really liked, what for her when she first saw them, when I had the first two, and what made more of an impact on her eyes was the iron bench. So we're gonna keep the iron bench for now. But I wanna know your feedback too. I wanna see what you guys liked, which one looked better, and why did it look better? You know, because I was leaning towards the other one, you know, but I'm gonna go. Normally her taste is really good. She has good inputs. She has good decisions. So I'm gonna go right now with the iron bench. For now, it feels like the actual iron part stands out, and it gives it a little more into that space, and that's why we picked it. Here I was trying to see if I wanted the fountain a little higher, but the problem with going a little higher, it's not a bad thing, but it kind of blocks the view when I'm from this side to see the bridge, and I want to be able to see the bridge when you're standing from the other side. So that's why I lowered it again. It didn't look bad in my opinion. I really like what I saw, but I kind of wanted to be able to see the bridge. Here I went back and forth if I wanted these tiles to be gone, leave it, or just leave it with the black, or leave the tile. At the very end, when I came back again with on the Steam Deck, and I was just reworking some of the things, making the guard lamps, bringing them to be able to put the guard lamps the way I wanted, I did brought those blocks back, and I think I like it with the blocks. But and that's what I mean. This ending, this middle piece, I was never 100% sure of what I did, of what I built, and I'm excited for your feedback. I'm truly am. I'm excited to hear every one of you, new or old, anybody that's here, anybody that's watching. Just give me your feedback. I think this is something that is gonna help me improve, if you guys have an idea, even for something different, put it, because if you guys have a new idea for something right here in the middle, you know, there's gonna be all the future thing, and if that idea is awesome and I like it and it inspires me and it moves me, let's do it, let's build it, let's make this town better. That's the whole goal, right? Here we go again. I was looking at my bench that I like, but like I said, I'm gonna go with Nestor's feeling on this. I think she has the best eyes when I'm doubting myself, and every time I'm doubting myself and I do the changes she likes, you all love it. So we're gonna go with the iron bench here. But yeah, but we're getting closer. You know, I didn't do a lot of the decorating item placement that I want on the Cul De Sac. I don't think there's a lot of like big spots, big areas that I'm gonna be able to put a lot of stuff, but I kind of want to do a little bit so it looks a little more lived in. But that's the goal. Over here it's gonna be the future volleyball court with a lookout area, with another bridge leading towards the beach and all that stuff. I think the structure itself of the Cul De Sac is great. We can go all the way around. We got the lookout point, we got the dock, we got the next thing that's gonna lead towards the bridge that's gonna attach to the other side of the island. So the Cul De Sac, I love it. I truly love the build. I truly love the idea behind it. I like the docks on the back, everything. It came out the way I wanted. I'm just waiting for your feedback. I'm gonna be eagerly waiting. I want to know what you guys think, especially in the middle. Be honest, I truly want to hear, but here we are, we made it. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit a like, subscribe if you want to see more videos, and we'll see you next time. All right, see you later. Bye.